Check test. 1, 2. Testing 1, 2.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment, in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty, on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienville Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash and skate so flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees. They travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside. It's a good old hockey game.
And we welcome Al Rody to the panel here on Breaker Banter episode 31. Al, thanks for joining us. Happy to have you.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
So, Al, as I like to open up every show, we like to go back to the roots, of course. Tell us how your hockey journey began growing up in the Chicago area, and who were your early mentors?
Absolutely. So, growing up in Chicago, hockey's obviously a pretty prevalent sport. I grew up just probably like most kids, just playing a lot of different sports. My first sport was actually wrestling. My dad put me in wrestling, make sure I can defend myself. That was the reasoning behind that. Got into hockey, did a little bit of baseball, a little bit of soccer. I naturally took a liking to hockey, and I had the support from my parents to let me continue to play the game. So early mentors, I'd say my father is definitely the most influential mentor I had as a kid. Alongside my Mike coach, Rocky Saginaw, he was a very big mentor of mine. He really, inspired my love for the game at a young age, made it very fun to play, and to this day, someone that I think of when I think of mentors.
Awesome. And what was your favorite NHL team or player growing up that you admired or wanted to be like?
Definitely the Chicago Blackhawks and superstar Patrick Kane. He was always the man when I was a kid. So Showtime.
Living so close to a major city, you mentioned the Chicago Blackhawks, of course, an original 6 team, so it's one of those franchises that hockey just seems to riddle throughout the community. How accessible was hockey? Because in these southern states, you don't see it too often, but living up in Chicago, colder climate, original 6 town, how accessible was it, and how many opportunities did you have to play from a young age?
Definitely very accessible. It's more of an expensive sport, but there's a lot of rinks around, so that question makes me think when I was a kid, hockey was accessible, but only for like practices with youth teams. But free skate was always accessible. Every single day, you can go to a rink and go on the ice and do open skate, and I loved to go to open skate. When I was a kid, I was maybe like 6 or 7 to 10. I'd beg my parents to let me go to open skate, and they'd drop me off at the rink for 3-4 hours, and I would just buzz around there with all my hockey gear on, going full speed for 4 hours. And to this day, I think that's what accredited some of my skating ability, to be honest. But yeah, I'd say it's pretty accessible in major cities. It's there's opportunities to play for sure.
And you mentioned you already had plenty of other hobbies and sports you were involved in growing up. So then we get you to high school, 2017 to 2020. You attended Culver Military Academy, and you played varsity B, varsity A, followed by playing for their prep team right before COVID. But you were rising the ranks as you got older. 70 games played across those handful of teams. 12 goals, 17 assists, according to Elite Prospects. So don't bind us to those numbers. But how would you say attending a military school affected your discipline going there for high school?
You know, I grew up a fairly disciplined kid, but military school is a whole nother animal. So I'd wake up at Culver Academy and I'd have to sweep my room.
Trumpets and everything?
Oh yeah, we had 1,500 millimeter howitzer cannons that I would have to fire in the morning at Reveille at 7 a.m. I can't even make that up. I got videos of me as a little tiny freshman firing a cannon. I'd have to spit shine my shoes every morning with literally spit and shine and make my bed perfectly. Otherwise, I'd get in trouble, and march to breakfast every single morning. So doesn't really get more disciplined than that, I'd say. But definitely, grew as a man and as a person at that school for sure.
Definitely not quite how I start my days. I don't know if I could have handled that thinking back. But did it help grow your game having that discipline and structure in place at high school, or did it help you physically?
Yeah.
Were you guys always in the gym? Just basically, what did you get out of how much you put in?
What I got out of Culver was, how to take care of yourself as a man. Some of the biggest things that we would be taught is time management. How to do things properly with integrity, with discipline. So I'd say in that way, I grew. In terms of my career there, I started off my first 2 years on the JV high school hockey team, which is, not the greatest of hockey. And I was a small kid, so the reason why, I was getting cut, they told me, was my size. My junior year, I made the varsity high school team, and we're still in high school hockey. So, all my buddies at this time were playing at the U16 level, talking to, junior teams playing AAA. And then my senior year, I decided to try out for the prep team, which is the U18 prep team. We had Timofey Spitzroff on that team, drafted to the San Jose Sharks. That was my first year, I'd say, of true competitive real hockey. And I grew so much that year, and I was very fortunate to make that team. And, that was eye-opening to me. I went from, never having a playbook to, playing structured hockey for real. So that was definitely a learning curve.
And I think it's a little ironic. You mentioned your first 2 years at the school there that you were getting cut because you're too small. And according to the rumors I've been told, you now have a lifting page of your own. So it sounds like you've showed them, in hindsight, of kind of a full world moment. And you've taken exercise, and it's become a huge part of who you are. Do you think that being told you were small and being told you were, not cut out to make it, kind of led to your fitness journey and everything you've done?
1,000%. I've been getting cut from teams since I was a little kid. I got cut from every single AAA team in Chicago, from Mission, TI, CYA, Fury. I remember getting cut from Fury. I bawled my eyes out as a little kid. I was devastated. And I wasn't bad. I had good tryouts, but it was always my size. That was the excuse, which is fair, to some degree. I was a very late bloomer, very small kid growing up. I always had a bit of a chip on my shoulder. I definitely took a liking to the gym. I grew a lot in my junior year of high school, and really took my gym seriously. And I feel it definitely helped me as a hockey player, absolutely. So
sitting here as a professional now, only a handful of games in, but it's helped pave your way to get here. When you were in high school at Culver, did you have aspirations to continue playing beyond high school, or was it something that kind of developed along the way? Like, how did you decide you wanted to go play junior hockey after your time there?
I always, since I was 5 years old, every birthday wish candle I've ever had was to be a pro hockey player. It's the only thing I've ever wished for. So I always knew I wanted to play. I was a bit naive to the process of juniors and all that when I was at Culver. Like, in hindsight, I would have been pretty stressed out playing 2 years of JV high school hockey because not many kids, yet alone make the prep team, go and play after from that. But I just never even thought about it. I was, I just, enjoyed the game, showed up every day with a smile on my face, and got better each summer and each year. So, it just, I always had the dream to play, and I still have the dream, obviously, and I'd like to play for, years after this. So I've always had that in the back of my mind that I wanted to play hockey for a long time.
And you mentioned Culver was a lot of discipline, a lot of structure, but I'm sure there was some good times. What's one of your favorite memories from your time at Culver?
Oh, that'd have to be Shattuck night. Our rival, Shattuck St. Mary's, that school's, you look at the alumni there, Sidney Crosby, Nathan McKinnon. Playing that team at home was just unbelievable. The whole entire school was at the game. I remember I played fourth line at Culver my senior year, and I got my first shift maybe like 5 minutes left into the first period, and I went out there and I got hit, and then I got up and I cranked some kid, and the whole crowd just absolutely was lighting up. I actually scored one of my goals against Shattuck the next game that on the weekend series. One of the biggest goals of my career, in my opinion. Just, if I had to pick any team to score against at any time, it would have been that time against that team. So it was great.
It's awesome when it works out, kind of storybook in that way. But so now we're at 2020, which, as everybody knows, an infamous year that will go down for decades to come. But you moved on to the New Hampshire Junior Monarchs of the USPHL Premier. 23 games played there, 9 goals, 7 assists. How was it moving to the East Coast and playing away from Illinois now?
Moving away, it wasn't that crazy for me because I just spent 4 years at Culver. Culver is a boarding high school, so I was already away from home.
Indiana, right?
Indiana, yeah. It was 3 hours away, but it's far enough where you can't go home all the time. It's close enough where if you need something, you can go home. So the East Coast is a little bit farther in that way where, you can't just jot home for a weekend. And I really enjoyed my time on the East Coast. I went to college out there as well, which we'll get into later, but, the East Coast is a very cool place. I really enjoyed my time, so.
And after New Hampshire, you joined the Boston Advantage of the USPHL Premier again and played 8 games there, 3 goals, 2 assists. What went into this move to a different team?
Yeah, so I started off with Nick Coda at the Monarchs team, and everything was going well there. I really enjoyed my time. We went to the bubble. For those of you who don't know, the USPHL Premier League brought in almost every single team in the league to Florida to play during COVID, and they were the only league playing at that time. Wow. And I just, it was towards the end of the year, and I was talking to some schools. They wanted me to, get different opportunities at me, and the coach at the time started to disagree with where I should be played, and I just decided to, talk with my advisor, and he thought it was best for me to maybe move on to a different team to finish out the year. And I went over to Boston Advantage, finished out my season there, and that was it.
Now Johnson in front to Mack. Borodkin, are you kidding me? In front, Thornton. Scar! Carter Thornton! Bayou closing and shoots and scars! Celebu Bayou! Centering on Royer on goal, star! Amy Royer! Couple rights from Schlepp, loses his helmet, continues to connect with Bryce French. Couple more over the top. Spinelli gets a right off. Scaldi comes back with one. Spinelli another right. Scaldi misses. Oh, Spinelli tagged him in the face. And out to Fisher's one-timer. He scars! Trey Fisher. Stoya through traffic shoots. Deflection. Ross Bartlett scars. And all alone. He shoots the rebound. Big save, Rahul Sharma. Pikarczyk from the circle shoots. He scars! Lucas Pikarczyk. The hash in front. They score! It's Declan Flanagan.
The following is a presentation of the Federal Prospects Hockey League. Any unauthorized broadcast without the express written consent of the Biloxi Breakers and the FPHL are strictly prohibited.
It's Hockey Night live from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. My name's Devin Dobek, the voice of the Breakers, along with you. Welcome into our broadcast here on Breakers TV and on 106.3 Super Talk, Mississippi. The second meeting between the Twin City Thunderbirds and the Biloxi Breakers set to get going after last night, a 9-2 victory for the Twin City Thunderbirds, fueled by 6 unanswered goals in the third period. Twin City came out hot last night, 3 goals in the first. Biloxi responded with a pair in the second to make it 3-2 going into the intermission. But all of a sudden, some adjustments made by Steve Harrison, and Twin City came out with something to prove as they continue their push for the playoffs here late. The PD Ice Cats currently sit ahead of them by 4 regulation wins. They've got the Monroe Moccasins ahead tonight. Both teams with the same amount of games remaining on their schedule and 2 more matchups, so the Breakers will look to continue to play spoiler here tonight. Let's take a quick look at our tail of the tape for this second meeting. Twin City 21-26-1. The Breakers 7-39-1. Twin City snapped their 4-game slide with the win last night. Breakers dropped their 4 straight, dating back to that win against Topeka. 3.4 goals per game for the Thunderbirds, 3.0 for the Breakers. A minus 140 goal differential for Biloxi, a minus 16 for Twin City. On the power play, both teams unsuccessful in a very mild-mannered affair last night. Biloxi 16.6% now. The Thunderbirds 19.6%. On the kill, both teams improve a little bit. Biloxi up to 69.2%. Twin City 73.3%. The number 5 team in the Continental versus the number 7, with Twin City taken yesterday in regulation. Let's take a look now at our Matt Bowers Hyundai starting lineups for the Breakers and the Thunderbirds. No changes for Steve Harrison's group. He goes with the top line of Kramer, Gallant, and White, with Johansson and Farmer, the defensive pairing. Johansson took that puck to the side of the head last night, caught most of his ear, left the game bleeding. Now returns here tonight in the starting lineup. Boris Babic back between the pipes. As for the Breakers, they go with Hugo Koch, Ross Bartlett, and Joetten Blacksmith once again. Same pairing of Pamelion and Matonak, and Anton Borodkin in between the pipes. So no changes for either head coach. See if we get a different result here tonight. Starting goaltenders, Babic comes in 16-21-0-1. 38 starts for him this season. That makes up all but 9 games for the Twin City Thunderbirds. Has a .906 save percentage and a 3.55 goals against average, with the 1 shutout, which came back early on December 19th against the PD Ice Cats, and then his season-high 58 saves came a month later. So Babic has been their guy. Let's see what he brings tonight. Anton Borodkin will be making his 13th start in the last 16 games for Biloxi. Comes in 1-21-0-0 with an .879 save percentage and a 6 goals against average, just under 6 rather. Looks like we're getting into our pregame festivities here in Winston-Salem, so we'll send it to ice level for the starting lineups, followed by the anthem ahead of puck drop here on the campus of Wake Forest. welcome you back inside the broadcast booth. Devin Dobeck along with you on Breakers TV and on 106.3 Super Talk Mississippi. Breakers, Thunderbirds, round 2 of 3 here on Saturday night FPHL action. Excited for a fun one. Quick look at Boris Babic, the starting goaltender for the Thunderbirds. Him and Borodkin set to kick it off once again. Breakers in their road white uniforms with the Breaker crest featured on the chest. Blue buckets, blue pants. Black numbers, black name bars with white lettering. Thunderbirds in their red uniforms has the Thunderbirds logo across the chest. Black buckets, black pants, red socks. They'll go from right to left. The Breakers from left to right. Moments away from puck drop here. Blacksmith and White will take it. Tonight's officials, the linesmen are Lucas Reiger and Anders Gustafsson. Richard Green and Justin Baker are the referees. Underway in Winston-Salem. Pamelion up ahead to Koch. Touch pass for Joetten Blacksmith across the blue line on the entry. Lost a handle on it for a moment. Up ahead, it's Zach White. Dropping off the change for Case and Gallant. Gallant glides over to the near side. Looking for Kramer, broken up by Matonak. Gallant bangs it back around the horn down low again. Kramer sweeps it right back in the same direction. Gallant loses a puck battle. Bartlett gave it away to White, looking to coil it back for Gallant. Spits for Kramer. Another shot blocked by Blacksmith, and now one-on-one. He'll head the other way against Yuri Pastuka. Blacksmith, quick shot. Gloved by Babic for a whistle and a face-off. Well, what a season Joetten Blacksmith has had since coming on over to Biloxi, playing in his 6th game. His previous 5, he's scored in each of them. 7 goals in the opening 5 games for Blacksmith as a Breaker. One of the great moves that Charlie Pence has made as of late. And death taxes and a Chewy goal has become the saying here. We'll see if that proves to be fair tonight. Pastuka, who was the game leader in points last night with 3 assists. Sends one across. Now the other way. Quick shot from Chris Mott, who had a goal and 2 assists, tied for that team high. Turned aside by Borodkin. 2,100 fans in attendance last night. Certainly feels a little bit louder here tonight. Definitely closer to the 3,000 mark. Chris Stowe, a giveaway. Dumas to the middle for Schnapp. Looking back for Dumas. Broken up by the captain, Lucas Pikarczyk. Xavier Charbonneau scratched last night in the lineup here for Charlie Penn's group tonight. Pikarczyk. Couple shimmies, run into the wall by Connor Craig. Holds the possession, takes it out to the point. Spinelli's quick shot, turned aside by the pad of Babic. Out of the lineup tonight, Alexis Hardy, who made his pro debut yesterday, as well as Amy Royer, not in the lineup. Veilleux and Charbonneau plug in there, 18-18 to go, and we'll have another whistle and a face-off in our Republic Finance first period. Shots early on are 2-1 in favor of the Breakers. Still no score from Winston-Salem. A beautiful day out here in North Carolina. 75 degrees and overcast outside. Had the chance to walk to the rink from the hotel. One of the perks of being on the road here in Winston-Salem. Salak peels down low, gets by Fisher. On his backhand, turns back to the forehand. Fisher continues to work on him down low, but Salak uses that frame to the goal with purpose. Big save, Borodkin out of his crease, missed the net. Fisher playing a little bit of goal. Borodkin recovers and is able to make the stop with 17:56 to go. A huge opening stop. Zach Pamelion will deliver him his flowers. And we'll have a defensive zone draw coming for Biloxi. Took just 2.5 minutes for Twin City to open the scoring last night. A 3-goal first period heading into the break. Blacksmith wins this face-off for Matonak. Matonak drops back for Blacksmith, looking to slide it to the middle. Backhander from in front is turned aside. Nate Keeley, who opened the scoring last night, had a chance at one there quickly as Borodkin tasked again to make another save, and he does. Twin City opening up 4 shots on goal in the last minute to take a 5-2 lead in that department. Neither team with a goal here early on. Blacksmith will do it once more. Loses this one. Johansson from the point. Tipped in front and got away from Borodkin. Loose puck spits on over to the far half wall. Centering feed from Dumas. Broken up. Gallant's drive is held by Borodkin once again. His workload early. Twin City getting the shots they want. Breakers will make a few changes. The grinder line comes out. Charbonneau, Rody, and Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk an assist last night. He's up to 36 points on the year. That's second only to Hugo Koch, who joined the team recently, who's got 42 with a pair of assists last night. Jack Johansson, not even wearing a bubble, fires it into the glove of Anton Borodkin. Another whistle just a handful of seconds later. Twin City outshot Biloxi 58-27 last night. Those numbers got very skewed in that big offensive third period they put together. Farmer on over Johansson. Quick shot looking for a tip from White in front. Gets through to Gallant. Looking back for White. Cut off by Al Rody. Had his second goal of the season last night to make it 3-2 with 15 seconds left in the second. Farmer up ahead for Kramer. Bumped by Charbonneau. Over on the far side, Johansson skips across the blue line. Pomelian working on him door to door. Johansson, bank pass off the wall. Kramer in front. Gallant with room shoots. Save Borodkin. Kramer banks it out to the point for Farmer. Sent all the way around under the stick of Gallant for Zach White down in the corner. White outlet to the point. Turned over. Rody with a head of steam. 2-on-1 developing for the Breakers. Rody, quick shot, and he missed the net. Pomelian finds Gellerman. Swatted in. Rody blows an edge. Babic holding the far post. And the breakout begins for the Thunderbirds. Chris Mott has it stuffed by Matthew Horan, who's stapled into the half wall. Up the other way. Knocked down by Carter Thornton, the veteran for Biloxi. Around the wall. Horan's the first one there. Johansson tried to swipe it out of the zone. Kept alive by Horan. He's working hard on that forecheck. Gets it in deep. Collected by Chris Mott. Drop pass for Farmer, and he'll skate it on out. Mott near side on the half wall will bank it in deep. Fisher in pursuit of the puck. Jacob Schnapp right behind him. Able to work it up to Carter Thornton. One-on-one with Yuri Pastuka to the middle. Thornton shoots one. Snuffed out by Pastuka, and then Babic had to get a piece of it with Pastuka skating it behind the goal. 5.5 minutes to go here, period number one. Shots are 9-2 Thunderbirds. Still no score. Fisher drops for Spinelli. Back to Fisher. He'll begin the charge from north to south. Up ahead, Hugo Koch fights it out of the zone. Bartlett and Garcia will converge on the half wall. Garcia with his first points as a Thunderbird. Had a pair of assists last night. Played double-digit games for them, but hasn't been able to get going since the trade over from Athens. Maybe last night will ignite something for him. Saucer pass by Bartlett out to Spinelli the other way. Blacksmith with room. Darts to the middle. Coils back. Koch couldn't uncork the shot. And it's reeled back in by Connor Craig. Craig, the former hat trick, 2 goals in 28 seconds on the same shift last night in the third period. A turnover. Blacksmith strong on the forecheck. Finds Bartlett. Bartlett dropped for Blacksmith to the middle. Taken down by Keeley. Loose puck controlled by Bartlett. Shields on the backhand. Almost gave it away to John Batista, the first star of last night's game. Shot into the corner wall. Picked up by Craig. And he'll swing down below Babic to begin his charge. Craig over the blue line. Shoots off of Borodkin. The rebound kicked free. Pikarczyk settles, but gave it away. Grant Bondi, the former Breaker who was scratched last night for Twin City, gets a shot from the red line. Drop pass Al Rody. Motors his way up the near side. Charbonneau digs for the puck in the skates of Gallant. Fights it into the offensive zone. And will send it in further. Connor Craig hard around the wall to his former hat tricks teammate and Pomelian. Quick shot is turned aside by Babic. Charbonneau on the doorstep was hindered with. Rody on the backhand, pulls over to the near side. Centering pass found no one. Casing Gallant has his pocket picked by Rody with a strong back check. Pomelian down behind Anton Borodkin, drops it off for Rody. Giveaway. Roman Kramer now with it. Gave it right back to Pikarczyk. Flipped up ahead and finally out of the zone to James Farmer. Long shift for this group of Breakers. Kramer stung at the blue line, and he's caught offside with a bad bounce. 13-11 to go. Still no score from Winston-Salem. A fun one brewing here on the road. We'll be back in a moment on Breakers TV.
When you think Nissan, think Matt Bowers Nissan d'Iberville, where every new Nissan comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty included. And to keep your new Nissan running well, there's never an appointment needed for express service in our service department. Just stop by for routine maintenance like oil changes, brakes, tires, and batteries. Matt Bowers Nissan is proud to call the coast our home and is proud to sponsor your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart. Buy local. Matt Bowers Nissan, South Mississippi, d'Iberville.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi.
And we welcome you back. 13:11 to go, period one, back underway. My name's Devin Dobeck, the voice of the Breakers, along with you. Fisher and Cole Crowder, former teammates, converge in the corner. Crowder up ahead to Johansson, stuffed on goal by Dumas, still free, and escorted out by Haram with the help of Gellerman. Johansson picks off the puck in the middle. Crowder gave it right back. Fisher fanned on the clearing attempt. Dumas and him go down into the corner again. Chris Mott outside far circle, down low for Dumas, into the middle, sent on goal, and a kick save made by Borodkin, who's without his stick. Fisher retrieves it for him, calling for the puck, hard off the wall by Haran. Up ahead, Gellerman taps it in, no icing. Cole Crowder takes the puck at the blue line. Pair of assists for him last night, his first points since he was a Biloxi Breaker, which hard to believe so many months ago at this point. Went up to Fayetteville and then to Topeka. Did not have a point for either squad. And now back here in Twin City, picked up a pair of assists last night. His point total is up at 20. Christo fires one into the glove of Babick, using the X-ray goggles to track that one. 11:58 to go, still no score. Breakers looking for a couple good opportunities. Shots are 12 for Thunderbirds. Athens and Columbus going at it over at the Columbus Civic Center. That's the early game. River Dragons, after trailing 1-0, have all of a sudden opened up a 4-1 lead down into the third period. Those are the only two games active tonight, or at least at the moment, I should say. Comes down on Borodkin. He kicks it away up to Pomelian. Another giveaway. John Batista, the captain, swings below the end line. Surveys for a passing lane, looking to go back down low. Pomelian locks up a man in Nate Keeley down in the wall. Batista tied up with Christo. Salak possesses the puck. A drop down low to Pastuca. Couple veterans with an average of 400 games apiece in this league. Pastuca finds Keeley. Now Batista on the near side. Batista out to the point. Koch got his stick hooked up, and puck luckily is able to jump back over the blue line in a change in possession. Batista right back to work, shoots one. Christo on the receiving end of that, off the ankle, helping out his goaltender the hard way. Salak and Bartlett battle behind the goal. Puck spits free, on goal by Batista. Another second effort turned aside by Borodkin with the left pad. Rody and Salak at the blue line. Puck comes out to neutral ice. Connor Craig across for Bondi. Now Keeley able to get it in deep. First one there's John Batista. Long shift for this Breaker defensive unit. Connor Craig through some traffic. Borodkin trying to locate it, lays down and makes the save with 10:21 to go. No score from the Twin City. Shots are 16-4 Thunderbirds. They are turning up the heat. Not even at the midway point here in this first period. Still without a penalty as well. A.J. Schlepp and Jacob Schnapp standing close to the stanchion over at the red line on the bench. Would hard to imagine that there'd be a weekend where those two don't square off in 3 straight meetings. We'll keep an eye out for those two when they're on the ice. Fisher to the near wall. Rhodey has some time, takes it, and flips it out. Farmer up ahead to Kramer, right back to Farmer. Good forecheck from Pikarczyk, forcing Twin City to regroup. Johansson out of the zone for Gallant. Touch pass Kramer. 3-on-3 the other way. Kramer into the corner for White. Up top to Gallant. Farmer finds it. Blocker save Borodkin. White nudged from the puck by Pikarczyk. Comes over to the near side. Rhodey. Outlet to Matonak, who will clear at the distance. This will be an icing and send us into our second media timeout. 9:37 to go. Period 1. Still no score. Breakers looking to pull ahead first. Twin City up in the ante here in Winston-Salem.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
.37 to go, period number 1. No score, Thunderbirds and Breakers here on Breakers TV and 106.3 Super Talk Mississippi. Pikarczyk and Mott set for the face-off back in Anton Borodkin's end of things. It's tied up by Pikarczyk, spits free to the corner where Dominic Dumas gets locked up with Trey Fisher. Pikarczyk flips it out of the zone. Carter Thornton looking to settle, knocked away by Pastuca. Fisher takes the turnover in the neutral zone. And Pikarczyk got a little too excited on the entry by Carter Thornton. He's caught offside. Whistle will bring the draw back to the dot outside the Thunderbird blue line. 17-4, the lopsided shot totals for the Thunderbirds over the Breakers right now currently. Jacob Schnapp mixing in his first shift. No A.J. Schlepp on the ice. It is amazing how the SCH in your last name almost turns you into an enforcer in this league. Justin Schmidt, A.J. Schlepp. Jacob Schnapp, not far behind Avery Smith. Skate Scaldi, I guess it's just S names in general. As Breakers caught offside once again, 9:05 to go in the first period. But yeah, a lot of the enforcers have S names. Of course, Spinelli as well. Number 55 in white on the sheet here tonight. Fisher will shoot it in on Babic. He'll glove it down and release for Pastuca. A turnover. Strong forecheck from Koch. Looking to the middle. Finds Bartlett. Bartlett looking down low for Blacksmith. Bouncing puck controlled by Schnapp. Gets through the hook of Blacksmith and he's off to the races. Schnapp hard to the goal. Taken out by Fisher. Great defensive effort from the forward by Trade to break up that play. Here's Hugo Koch, 3-on-2 for the Breakers. Bartlett centers one through the 5-hole, scars! Ross Bartlett gets Biloxi on the board first here with 8:35 to go, period 1. And he'll lead the line. A huge goal. All the momentum was in the direction of Twin City, but Ross Bartlett, a sneaky little shot right through the 5-hole of Babic when he thought it was going to come up high or be a centering pass. And the Breakers strike first. 1-0 on the road. Looking to play spoiler and help out the PD Ice Cats. Referee still at the scorer's table going through the indication there. Pikarczyk and Keeley will do it. It's a face-off win for Winston-Salem, or rather for the Twin City. Batita hops across the blue line, jumps to the middle. Now looking for Connor Craig. Pass off the wall, gets back out to neutral ice. Batita for Craig. 31 points this season for Ross Bartlett. Missed last weekend with an injury, and now back here on the score sheet once again on the road. Drop pass for Keeley down in the corner. Thunderbirds cycling the puck well here in the offensive zone. Inside 8 minutes to play, Biloxi struck first. Pikarczyk carries out across the blue line. Shoots one ahead to the far side. Bondi and Rhodey converge. Bondi wins the race, finds Craig up ahead to Salak. Strong forecheck from Charbonneau, wins it out to Pikarczyk. Sent back down low, Babic is forced to cover, and we'll have another whistle and a face-off with 7:37 to go in period one. Also around the FPHL tonight, Danbury visits Watertown at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Topeka on the road in Port Huron momentarily. Monroe will go at it with PD. Hopefully that ice is better for them tonight. Baton Rouge continues their series with the Blue Ridge Bobcats in a half hour, and Binghamton and Indiana will do it again over at the Hamilton Community Center. Farmer shoves Christo off the puck with authority. Gellerman ahead for A.J. Schlepp, getting his first shift. Gallant on over to Kramer. Kramer to the middle, winds back for White. Quick shot, missed everything, high off the window. Thornton and Kramer battle over on the half wall. Kramer swings through the high slot. Kramer's shot. Pad save made by Borodkin. Thornton carries it back down low. Struggled to get a handle on the puck. Kramer once again by the end line. Comes in tight and gets broken up by Christo with a good effort. A.J. Schlepp wins a puck battle on the wall. The 6'8 enforcer plays it out of the zone in deep. Thornton and Johansson will go to chase it down. Farmer spins away from A.J. Schlepp. Kramer holds for a moment, banks it ahead, looking for White, cut off by Spinelli, who's then run hard into the wall. Thornton, a touch pass for Matonak. Matonak in the middle looking for Koch, hit him in the boot. And Twin City with a burst of speed will head the other way. James Farmer leading the charge, the defenseman. Lost a handle, puck on edge, gets it on over to Kason Gallant. Gallant, high slot, Garcia missed the net. Golden opportunity for Garcia, and one he'll certainly have nightmares about. Chris Mott caught offside here to the dismay of the 3,000 here at the Fairgrounds Arena. And the draw will come outside the breaker blue line on the dot. Mott and Blacksmith will do it this time. It's a tie up by Blacksmith, able to win it back for Matonak. Snapped across to Hugo Koch, pulls to his backhand, back into the zone. Flips one ahead for Ross Bartlett. Bartlett skates it back for a moment, now looking to go far side. Barely able to get it to Blacksmith. Turned over to Crowder, who goes back into his own end, and Pastuca will wheel around and go from north to south. Pikarczyk breaks up a play, 3-on-2 for Biloxi. Coming in hot, Koch's shot. Off of Babic, then off the side of the cage. The rebound once again turned aside. Pikarczyk being worked on by Pastuca. Tenacious effort, keeps a handle on the puck. Now Spinelli through traffic shoots. Babic grabs that one. 5:22 to go. Another face-off in the Twin City end. Shots are 18-8 in favor of the Thunderbirds. Breakers have limited Twin City to 2 shots in the last 5 minutes. They lead at 1-0 here in the Republic Finance first period on the road. Tomorrow, the final game of this 3-3, 4:05 local time, 3:05 if you're watching back in Biloxi. Pamelion goes to retrieve it behind his own goal. very patient, slides it back to Fisher. Backs off from Salak and banks it back for the near side. Pomelian lifts it out. Charbonneau can't settle the bouncing puck. Here's Jan Salak back to work with Pikarczyk right there with him. A turnover. Fisher can't get it out. Keeley looking to force one on goal. Did they put it in? No, off the crossbar. Referee with an authoritative gesticulation. As there's a big hit. Rody run by a couple Thunderbirds and Keeley and Batita. One went high, one went a little lower. Rody, drop for Charbonneau, quick shots. Turned aside by Babic. Sent back behind the goal, Connor Craig. Begins the breakout ahead to Batita. One-on-one with Pomelian. Pomelian lays the stick down, makes a play. Salak finds the loose change. Offensive zone time for the Thunderbirds. Craig walks in, shoots one. Off the pad of Borodkin over to the far wall. Salak on the receiving end of a tie-up by Rody. Charbonneau over the red line will float it in. Babic out to play it. Winds it for James Farmer ahead to Nate Keeley. Pass Christo with the puck airborne off the wall. And now Matthew Horan can't settle. To the middle, Zach White, a quick toe drag by Spinelli. White in the near circle, sends it far side. Thornton couldn't catch up. Johansson to the middle for Gallant. Drop pass for Roman Kramer. Kramer to the middle. And the one-timer in the bumper spot by White gets through, and now another chance for Kramer turned aside. Christo ahead to Carter Thornton. Thornton backhands to the tape of Horan. 2-on-1 for the Breakers. Thornton might have had his stick tied up, and now Zach White heads the other way. White, toe drags to his backhand, shoots, and Borodkin another save on the great individual effort by White. Blacksmith carries it out of the zone, slashing over to the near side. 3 minutes remain here, period number 1. 1-0 Biloxi here on the road, looking to play spoiler. Johansson shoots it in below the end line. 21 saves already on the night for Anton Borodkin. His team has a 1-goal lead for him. Good play with the stick by Matonak to make sure that centering feed wouldn't get through. Mott wins the battle back. Swung around for Dominic Dumas. To the point, Matt Garcia. Garcia bangs it down low once again. Dumas centering pass looking for Schnapp. Bleeds through to Bartlett. And Ross Bartlett will head the other way. Ahead, Hugo Koch looking to go 5-hole again. And Babic this time holds the wall. Pomelian from the point gave it away. Mott had a chance to spring free. Pikarczyk stepped up to make a great play. Pikarczyk enters the zone. Out to Koch. Koch looking for Bartlett. Stick lift, working hard on Pastuca down into the corner. Schnapp will send it over off the Breaker bench, and it's a good clear. 2 minutes to go here in our Republic Finance first period. Shots are 21-10 Thunderbirds. Fisher up to Koch, touched in deep, but this will be an icing. And we'll head to our final media timeout. Minute 53 to go in period 1. Biloxi leads at 1-0, courtesy of Ross Bartlett.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Minute 53 to go here in period number 1. Biloxi with a 1-0 lead thanks to Ross Bartlett. Good breakout pass up ahead to Charbonneau from Trey Fisher. Drop to Hugo Koch to the middle. Quick shot is grabbed out of the air by Boris Bevic. Just 13 seconds off the clock between draws. Shots 21-11 in favor of the Thunderbirds. Middle game here of this 3-game set, and one Twin City has to have. We mentioned the playoff picture, but currently, including this one, 9 games left for both them and the PD Ice Cats, who hold the final playoff spot in the Continental Division. And Twin City, trailing by 4 regulation wins, can't really afford to give up any more points, especially with a 2-game set ahead with the PD Ice Cats. That could all come down to the final playoff spot, especially with the help of the number 2 seeded Monroe Moccasins. On the road in PD for the next 2 games. Batita, bank pass off the wall, slips by him. 80 seconds to go here, period 1. Pamelion up for Matt Gellerman. Gellerman turns it over to Salak and now gets it right back. Matthew Horan wheeling up the near side. Shoots one after taking a big hit from Connor Craig. Shot turned aside by Boris Babic. Glove down by Jan Salak. Salak for Connor Craig, just barely stays onside. Now a good pass. White shoots one. Big save, Anton Borodkin. Now a beautiful cross-ice feed. Farmer in the direction of the goal. Anton Borodkin getting hindered with by Zach White. And now some pushing and shoving from Carter Thornton. As the puck back down the other way warrants a whistle, and White and Thornton once again introducing themselves to one another. Back behind the play. 42 seconds to go in this Republic Finance first. Shots 23-12 Thunderbirds, but the Breakers with a 1-0 lead. Still no penalty minutes, similar to period 1 yesterday, where neither team logged a minute. Blacksmith will do it with Zach White. White pushes it forward. Bartlett sends it back out wide. Johansson shoots another one. Borodkin got run again by Zach White, and the puck finally escapes the zone. Blacksmith to the near side. Inside 30 seconds to play in this first period. Johansson ahead for Zach White. White through the legs of Bartlett finds Kramer. Over the line. Drop pass for White again. Through to the far side. Gallant fights to get it on goal, and Bartlett will send it on out. Final 10 seconds to go here in period number 1. Matonak with it in his own end. Biloxi just needs to bleed the rest of this clock. Hugo Koch ties it up on the wall. Gallant fighting to get through for it, and that will do it for period number 1. Little pushing and shoving. Borodkin and White with a quick embrace. Maybe a bit of an apology from White for the contact earlier on in the contest. And that will do it. A solid 20 minutes for Biloxi. Outshot 24-12, but they strike first on the score sheet. Ross Bartlett credited for the goal. The assists go to Blacksmith and Koch. That top line cashing in for Biloxi gives them the lead. 40 more minutes to go, plenty of time. We're going to take a breath and step aside for our intermission report and hear from Al Rody. Rody, our guest on this week of Breaker Banter. What was different about Boston as opposed to New Hampshire? So obviously you made the move, but looking back and analyzing the decision and everything that went into it, what was different about the two teams, and do you feel that it helped propel your career in the right direction?
I think it helped propel my career just because I got, the opportunities I was seeking for when I went to the Boston Advantage. But juniors is a cutthroat, and honestly, so is pro from the things that I've seen already. And you got to look out for yourself as much as you got to look out for the team. So I felt that at that time in my heart that was the best decision. Maybe staying at the Monarchs would have gotten me to the same spot I went to college anyways, but it all worked out the way it worked out, and I met a lot of people along the way on both teams, so I'm thankful for both those opportunities.
And this is all going on right in the midst of the coronavirus, which you said the USPHL Premier kind of handled pretty well, it seems like. But what do you remember about what was going through your head when that epidemic hit? Like, what was that moment like mentally on you?
Yeah, so I mean, you're going through it with everyone else, so it wasn't crazy on me mentally just because I had everyone around, like everyone had to go through the exact same thing, so it made it better. But in terms of hockey, it was just weird playing with a mask on. It's hard to breathe, you know. It's just weird. I was fearful it was going to be like that for a lot longer than it was. So I'm happy that it didn't last for years like that. I actually went to San Antonio, Texas, right before my first junior career to train because every rink was shut down because of COVID. In Chicago, I couldn't skate anywhere, and my advisor at the time was coast-to-coast player development, and I went down to San Antonio, Texas, where the San Antonio Rampage played, where they practiced, and that advisory brought a bunch of guys down to San Antonio to train because everything was open down there, and I stayed there for about
Texas.
4 months with. And it was with that advisory, and I got the opportunity to skate with Brent Burns down there, skate with Pete MacArthur, some good mentors of mine, and it was great. I really enjoyed my time there.
Well, that's incredible. And then we move on to your time. So now after COVID, 2021 into 2022, you make a big decision to head to Canada. And initially you started with the Yarmouth Mariners of the MJAHL, 1 goal and 5 assists in 10 games. How was this hockey different from your time in the USPHL Prep?
Yeah, so I made the jump. I just, when I was talking to a lot of NCDC teams before I made the premier teams. I was with the Utica Junior Comets in the NCDC, and then right before my first game, they wanted to send me down, so that's how I ended up at the Monarchs. And it was just, I felt like that league was just, I don't know, it didn't seem very suitable to me as a player. It felt like, they say a lot of things to you, and then, it doesn't get done, which could be anywhere. So I decided to give Canada a shot, and I absolutely loved my time with the Mariners in the Maritimes League, Yarmouth Mariners. I got there, small little fishing town in the tip of Nova Scotia, and it was just unbelievable. I mean, so many people would come to the games. You go to the local Tim Hortons, get a double-double, people know your name. Everyone on that team was, I didn't feel like I was one of the older guys. I felt like, I was with guys that are going to help me grow as a player. And I was pretty sad to leave that team. The coach told me that because I was a 21-year-old American, that I held two roster spots on that team. You can only have a certain amount of Americans and 21-year-olds. So he got an offer to bring 2 kids down from the QMJHL that would have taken my 2 spots. So he didn't really get rid of me for my production. It was more just because to help the team, it would have been better to bring in those 2 players versus me. So got in the transfer portal, and that's how I ended up with the Sioux Thunderbirds in the NOJHL. And I was pretty upset at first to be there. I really wanted to be back in Yarmouth, and within 2 weeks, I found probably the closest team I've ever been on in my entire life when I was with the Sioux Thunderbirds. So that was an unbelievable experience playing with them.
Yeah, 9 goals and 3 assists in 18 games played there with Sioux, but I think it brought out one of the biggest accolades you've got in your career, and that was a championship. So after your 18 games played there, you're able to be the regular season champions, and then you win the championship as well in the NOJHL. What was it like to win?
The best memories ever. I mean, that team was so close, and we just stuck together through every single moment. And because of that team, I really know how true teams operate and what it takes to win. And I'm very thankful that I got to experience that because, I haven't really been on too many winning teams throughout my career. So that was just unbelievable experience. We had a lot of key players on that team, a couple of guys that are currently playing in the AHL now, and it was just great talent, great guys, great city, and forever grateful for my time there.
And how were you able to make that transition so seamless? You mentioned you felt really connected to Yarmouth up there in Nova Scotia, and now you're all of a sudden having to pack up after you really found you liked a place, albeit in a new country as well. And now you're going to how are you able to make it seamless? Just going from team to team and still finding ways to produce, and ultimately it culminated in a championship. Was that an easy thing? Was it taxing mentally? Just talk us through that.
Yeah, it's never easy. I think, going to Culver really helped me prepare for situations like that, just how to be disciplined with just how to be disciplined. At the end of the day, you can't control everything in life. So, if you really love the game and you're getting told you got to go somewhere else to play, then you got to pick up and go. And just staying true to my values, making sure that I'm always, going in everywhere in the best shape possible, making sure that, my mind's right, making sure that You know, if I'm injured, I'm taking care of it. I'm eating right. Just doing the little things every day makes it a very easy process to fit in other places. So.
And so we're now up to 2022, and you've had the college recruiting process going on this entire time, but what was it like for you, and what made you want to decide to play in the NCAA at the Division III level as opposed to continuing maybe another junior route?
Yeah, I aged out of juniors, and my only other options was to play, you know, either NCAA college hockey or ACHA college hockey, and at the time, and I see ACHA teams, you know, slowly rising up in terms of skill level, but at the time, NCAA D3 was definitely much more respectable than ACHA at any level, and you know, I just decided that that's what I wanted to do. My dad was very, you know, happy to see me commit to college. He never thought growing up I'd be a college hockey player from the route that I had, especially playing 2 years of JV hockey in high school and never making a AAA team. So it was very, you know, big accolade of mine to be able to commit to a team. And my first year, Coach Keating at the time was the one recruiting me and really just sold me on the program, sold me on him as a coach. He was a draft pick to the MLB actually, but he played D1 baseball and football at Northeastern, or excuse me, baseball and hockey at Northeastern. So, you know, definitely knew what he was talking about and got me there. So.
And from 2022 to 2026, you attended Riviera University, 15 goals and 14 assists in 93 games played, but Riviera was a relatively new program and had been more recently established. What made you want to be a part of the founding fathers or the founding pieces there up in Riviera?
So the biggest thing for me was I feel as a new program, they're not stuck in their ways, and I was hoping, and exactly what I got out of it, that I'd have a voice there and I'd be able to input my opinions on things and still change, and that's exactly what we were able to do. You know, it's a brand new program. If you go to a bigger program, sometimes, you know, you're just a player there, which is completely fine and respectable. But at this, I felt more than a player. I felt like a piece of a building block into something that's going to be, you know, bigger than me. So I was very excited to take on that venture, and that's exactly what happened there. So.
How was the skill level playing at the NCAA Division III level different from your previous ventures rising up? And like, how did the game change?
Yeah, D3 is just a more refined game. It's a bit faster. You got guys coming from a lot of, you know, different leagues, not all Premier League Premier guys. For example, you'll get NOL guys, even some USHL guys. You'll get D1 guys drop down. So it's a plethora of different skill level combined into, you know, different teams. So in that way, it was just a more structured game. You can't just kind of do whatever you want. You got to play the right way and do your thing. And if you want to, you know, be effective out there, and it was good hockey. I mean, I remember my first couple D3 games thinking like, wow, these are men that I'm playing against right now. These are some big boys. So it was pretty cool to experience that. And then, you know, I slowly felt it, you know, into that same way my senior year, that I was, you know, bigger and more effective out there. So.
And in that final season you had, so pretty much up until this year now we're at, but you were named the captain. What made you a good leader and someone that they wanted to appoint in that position of leadership?
I think two things, you know, earned me that accolade. And, you know, this was a vote through my own teammates. It wasn't coach handpicking people. We did a team vote, and my name came across the desk the most, me and my two other co-captains, Carter Poulin and Devin Jolly. And I think the two things is you know, one, I'll speak my mind, and if I think something's not right or I think something should be different, I'll say it to who it needs to be said to. And I think another thing is I like to lead by example. So every single day at practice, I show up early, I stretch, I make sure that I never miss a pass in practice, try my best at least to, you know, do the little things right, and you know, work my bag off every day in every single rep and every drill. And I've been doing that since I was, you know, 10 years old. And I know anyone who knows me, all my buddies, they can attest to that. That's just how I live my life. So I think that was probably you know, the biggest factor, alongside, you know, me being a fairly vocal player and a vocal guy in the locker room. So that combination, I think, is what earned that accolade.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienville Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores. That's a good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash, the skates are flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees. They travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside. It's a good old hockey game.
And we welcome you back out of our first intermission, the Chick-fil-A at the Edgewater Mall. First intermission, my name's Devin Novak, the voice of the Breakers, along with you. We're ready for the air in second period, but not before we take you quickly through our game summary. Breakers with a 1-0 lead. Ross Bartlett, the only one on the score sheet thus far at 11:26 from Blacksmith and Koch, his 13th of the year, made it 1-0. Babick with 11 saves. Borodkin with 24 saves in that opening period. He was sensational, avenging himself from last night. Shots 24-12. Neither team has taken a penalty minute, and as a result, no power plays either. But we're excited for what should be a fun final 40 minutes. Breakers looking to continue to play spoiler here in front of a big crowd in Winston-Salem. And we're back underway. Johansson shoots it in, takes a hit from Koch after doing so. Swept up the wall by Matonak and all the way back out to center. On the far side, Johansson. A giveaway to Blacksmith. Winded back for Bartlett with space. Walks in to his forehand, taken for a hook. And there's our first penalty of the game. Ross Bartlett doing it himself. He's looking for a shot. I'm not sure he'll get it. And we'll see who the guilty party is. It's Jack Johansson being sent off. So the Breakers power play will go to work. For the first time tonight. Top unit Pikarczyk out there with Blacksmith and Bartlett. Pamelian and Koch make up the 5 for Charlie Penn's group. It's a walk-ons power play, our first of the evening. And it begins with a failed clear. Pamelian. Across the blue line for Hugo Koch, down in the corner for Bartlett. Shot comes in, tipped in front. Blacksmith looking to stuff it home, and we get another whistle. 19:27 ago, and another face-off set to come. Biloxi's got to find a way to cash in on this power play. Right now they have all the momentum. Twin City with an early penalty. If they can open up a 2-goal lead, who knows, just find some separation from these guys and have a chance to pull off the upset. Hugo Koch swings it down low for Blacksmith. Back over to the far side for Hugo Koch again off the deflection. Blacksmith below the end line. Outlet to Koch, far circle. Down low again for Blacksmith. They continue to play catch. Koch again. Blacksmith again. Swept to Bartlett, near circle. Bartlett to Koch. Koch finds Bartlett once more outside that circle. Saucer pass to the point. Koch has it. Breakers working it around the perimeter, but can't get any good looks right now. Bartlett down low for Blacksmith. Blacksmith couldn't handle the saucer pass, and it's banged out by the Thunderbirds. There's not a whole lot of movement from Biloxi, able to work it around the perimeter, but not do much more with it. 18:40 to go, period 2, still 1-0 Breakers. Koch, with a burst of speed, enters the zone. Swings down low for Blacksmith. Sauce to the outer circle for Ross Bartlett. Bartlett, a couple hesitation moves. Now to the point for Pamelion. Here's a drive. Saved by Babick. Blacksmith right on the doorstep there. And it'll be cleared the length of the sheet once again by Matt Garcia. Pamelion behind Borodkin's end. Will slow things down. Another 30 seconds to go on the Johansson minor for hooking. Pamelion patiently makes his way out of the zone. On over to Koch. One move makes a man miss. Koch banks it down low for Trey Fisher. Fisher back up to Koch. Koch coils to Fisher once more. Fisher slides it for Matonak near side. Matonak back to Fisher. One-timer, didn't get much on it. And a breakout. Zach White will go one-on-one with Trey Fisher short-handed. White blowing edge. And he goes down hard into the end wall. Slow to get up to his feet. Biloxi is back to even strength with the Thunderbirds. On the entry, Thornton just barely able to stay onside. Connor Craig sweeps it to the far half of the ice. Bartlett drags it along with him. Farmer breaks it up. Schnapp and Fisher converge at the blue line, and Fisher will skate it back to some space. Then White and Fisher bang into the half wall. Charbonneau across the line, moves to the middle, shoots one, save Babick, the rebound. Gellerman had a chance to get it on goal, and it was a tough puck that handcuffed him. Thornton to Charbonneau, out for Matonak, quick shot, the rebound, almost a couple opportunities for Gellerman, and Thornton on the doorstep. Johansson rides a breaker down into the wall. It's Charbonneau slow to his feet. Craig for Schnapp to the middle. Schnapp's quick shot, he scores. Fresh off their kill, some momentum for the Thunderbirds. And Jacob Schnapp with a shot over the glove side of Anton Borodkin for his 9th of the year ties the game at 1 with 16:43 to go in period number 2. Twin City has made this building come alive here. Period number 2. Chelsea Dagger, their goal song, got a little old last night. Zach White does it again with Gellerman, and he wins it for Grant Bondi. Bondi takes a hit from his former teammate A.J. Schlepp before getting the puck in deep. Busted out of the zone by Rhodey and Gellerman. Schlepp back to the tape of Spinelli. Quick shot is gloved by Babick once more, and then Gellerman and Pastuca, who were acquainted last night, once again introduced themselves to each other. Here in our Aaron's second period, all tied up at 1 at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds. Biloxi and Twin City in their second of 3 meetings this weekend. Breakers get the puck in deeper off the faceoff. Spinelli holds the puck inside the blue line, shoots it in for Bartlett to go chase. Sent up towards Blacksmith. Christo bangs it into the near side to keep the zone. Bartlett rubbed off the puck by Pastuca. Up ahead, here's Case and Gallant. Gallant motors his way through the neutral zone. A drop for Roman Kramer. Kramer through to the middle. Might have got hooked by Bartlett, and the Breakers forced a turnover. Bartlett again on the far side, slows it down, then lost the handle on it, taken away by Dumas, who threads it back for Jack Johansson. Johansson speeds in across the blue line, one-on-one, Spinelli looking to close down the angle. Johansson over on the far side, ladles it down low, Pomelian the first one there to pick up the vacant puck. Ahead for Zach White, sent ahead by Spinelli. Gallant right back to work in the offensive end. Drops for White. Snapped across, intended for Kramer. Picked off by Pomelian, and now potential numbers for Biloxi. Hugo Koch walks in. They're going to say offside, and Breakers can't believe it. Draw's going to come outside the Twin City blue line here with 15:15 to go, and still a 1-1 game. Shots are 25-19 in favor of the Thunderbirds. They have just one in the period, but that's all they've needed. Breakers with the other 7 shots, but despite all those numbers, similar to the first period, the team with less shots in the frame has the goal. Pomelian across the line. Back for Rhodey. Deflected in deep. Referee trying to avoid the contact. And Garcia will skate it out for Nate Keeley. Down into the end wall, Matonak and Keeley converge on the puck. Spits free to Al Rhodey. Jabbed ahead for Matonak once more. Banked off the wall for Salak, who's crunched by Rhodey. Matonak swings back below Borodkin's cage. Batita with a forecheck comes to flank him. Pomelian back over to the near side. Pikarczyk uses his skate to settle the puck and goes back across for Pomelian. Ahead, here's Rhodey. 3-on-2 for Biloxi. Pass deflected, intended for Gellerman, and now right back the other way. Here we go, a 2-on-1 for the Thunderbirds. Batita just out of the reach of Nate Keeley, and Biloxi will wheel ahead. 3-on-2 once again. Gellerman drop pass, Rhodey not on the same page. It's a turnover. Mott has it disrupted by Matonak and sent back ahead by the Thunderbirds. 6 minutes gone by here. Period number 2. Locked up at 1. Shot by Crowder off the pad of Borodkin and out. Fisher. Mott and Koch converge on the puck. Mott tries to go high and tight. Borodkin has the post. Matthew Horan to the near side off the wall. Carter Thornton looked to tug it along with him. Lost a handle on it, and Pastuca has it. Pastuca backhands one on goal. Borodkin will throw the trapper on that and take us to our first media timeout. 1-1. Thunderbirds tie it courtesy of Jacob Schnapp. Back in a moment.
When injury knocks you out, Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
And we welcome you back. 13:35 to go here. Period number 2. Ross Bartlett for Biloxi. Jacob Schnapp for Twin City. Defensive zone draw for Blacksmith against Chris Mott. Mott had a goal last night. As we're back underway, it's lifted up and out of the zone by Blacksmith. Over on the far wall, Crowder being worked on by Fisher. Gets it down low to Schnapp. Up to the point. Farmer, quick shot, tipped on its way in. Almost got by Borodkin. Looked like it might have caught the leg of a defender. And back the other way. Be slowed down by Farmer. Through the middle, Crowder. Looked to lift the stick of Blacksmith. Charbonneau caught offside, and he's in a little bit of pain, potentially grimacing. Koch and Schnapp over on the near wall, being separated by the linesman. 12:57 to go here in the second. Draw will come to the Twin City blue line. And it's a face-off win for Zach White. Matthew Garcia with room, takes it and shoots the puck in. Rhodey and Gallant converge. And an interesting self-clear by the Thunderbirds comes back in on Babbitt. Glove down by Charbonneau. Good effort on the forecheck. Connor Craig looking to kick it out of the zone. Goes ahead for Gallant. 2-on-1 with White. Gallant shoots, and he missed the net. Good disruption from Brendan Spinelli, closing down the gap. Craig for White. White, a giveaway. Somehow bleeds through to Gallant. Into the middle. White, toe drags. Lost the handle off the edge of the toe, and Charbonneau looks for the stop and start, lifted by White. Kramer's quick shot off the blocker of Borodkin and turned aside. Shots are 30-20 in favor of Twin City. In the period, 8-6 Biloxi. Craig off of Kramer. Pomelian looked to swat it out, but only got it to the point. Garcia shot it into the back of Kramer. Rhodey fights to get it on out. Pikarczyk takes it in stride into the offensive zone through his legs. Garcia snuffed that one out. Gallant pops it up in the air, gloves it down, takes some contact from Horan, who frees up the puck. Back on the forecheck, Yellerman locks up Pistuka. Coming in to help is Haran once again. Somehow able to stick with it and slide it up ahead for Keeley. In all alone, Keeley to the back end, and Borodkin made a save. Bailed out Trey Fisher, who slotted into a defensive role tonight, and that was almost the go-ahead goal. 11 minutes to go here in period 2. Still tied at 1 in Twin City. Nate Keeley motors ahead across the blue line. Even numbers up ice. Sends to the middle. Salak scores. Catch and release near circle, and Anton Borodkin, who's been brilliant tonight, one that maybe he should have had. Jan Salak picks up goal number 18 on the season, and it gives Twin City a 2-1 advantage with 10:50 to go in period number 2. Spinelli offering Schnapp a fight. Looks like Schnapp doesn't want one. It'd be a battle of the goggles. Puck is dropped, and we're going to play hockey. So Spinelli and Schlepp both have not been able to find a suitor. This Twin City team last in the Continental in penalty minutes. In front, Blacksmith redirected it just by the far post of Babbitt. Now White over to Schnapp. Schnapp makes a move by Koch, shoots, and he threw it off the side of the post. The rebound, did Borodkin snag it with the paddle? He might have. Up ahead the other way, Ross Bartlett cut down by Farmer. They both take a spill. Bartlett reaching for his face in some pain, and that will draw a stoppage. Bartlett calling for help immediately, and here comes the Thunderbirds trainer out to help the leakage. Bartlett's going to head off to the locker room. The goal scorer for Biloxi tonight did it all on his own power, and he will run on off. You hope Bartlett's okay. That was a quick shot, and I'm hearing that it could be the skate blade from that collision. He went down head first, and Farmer inadvertently might have caught him with the skate blade. It looks like Bartlett's okay, but he might need a couple stitches. So we'll sit tightly here, 10:18 to go in the Aaron's second period. Not sure if there's any leakage on the ice. That will need to be cleaned up, but everybody taking a moment to sort of calm themselves after what was a scary incident. 2-1 Thunderbirds at the midway point here in period number 2. And I'm not sure why there was a bit of a delay. Now it looks like we're going to get ready for the face-off. I believe Bartlett just came back from the tunnel to give a wave to the fans. He might be okay. Babick. Back for Johansson. Swept by James Farmer. On over to Schnapp, who's hit into the wall. Blacksmith, quick shot. Babick the save. And another whistle. 10:03 to go, period 2. Ross Bartlett, the former Thunderbird, quite the tour he's had here in the FPHL. On his 7th FPHL team, has played for Carolina where he began his journey. Then stopped in Port Huron, Motor City, Watertown, the Mississippi Seawolves, Baton Rouge Zydeco, and now the Biloxi Breakers. Playing in his 137th FPHL game, got his 100th point a couple weeks ago, back on February 21st versus the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Koch sauces it down into the end wall. An easy turnover for Connor Craig to collect. He immediately skates it out. Now a 3-on-2 for the Thunderbirds. Craig looked to center. Koch took it away. Charbonneau has his pocket pick. Gallant finds Kramer. Kramer far circle. Will glide down below the end wall. Nice breakup by Blacksmith behind the net. Didn't even play the body. He just played the puck. Now Zach White with it. He waltzes on in. Backhander goes up and into the netting. And that will take us into our second media timeout. 2-1 Thunderbirds. Back in a moment.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Across the midway point here on the campus of Wake Forest University. 2-1, Twin City leads Biloxi in their second of 3 meetings this weekend. Appreciate everybody spending their Saturday night in the FPHL here with us on Breakers TV. And on 106.3 Super Talk Mississippi, my name's Devin Dobeck, voice of the Breakers. 8 more games after tonight for Biloxi, who's out of the playoff picture, but Twin City fighting to keep their hopes alive. Garcia down low for Kramer. Shots 32-21 in favor of the Thunderbirds. 8-9 in favor of Biloxi in the frame. Shot through traffic. Never made it all the way in on Borodkin. Kramer bumped off the puck. It's a breakout by Pamelion. Puck comes back to Fisher, and it'll be slowed down by Matthew Haran. Haran finds Rhodey, who bunts it into the zone. Goes to chase his own deflection. Haran looked to drop it back, cut off by Connor Craig. And he'll send it up, but not out. Craig with a big hit on Trey Fisher, almost over into the Biloxi bench. White snaps it across to Kramer. Gallant saucers off the wall for White. Drop pass. Veilleux intercepts. Rhodey carries across the line. Hesitates for a moment with space. Shoots, and he missed the net on the blocker's side. As Veilleux touches up, we're going to have a whistle and a face-off set to come. Gellerman, Vayu, and Thornton the line for Biloxi. Spinelli and Matonak the pairing. Twin City counters with Keeley, Batita, and Salak, and a pairing of Pastuca and Bondi. Matonak up ahead. Thornton hit hard into the boards, protected himself well. That could have been a scary collision. With his back turned right in that awkward area where you can get your face or even your neck right into the wall. Gellerman, good forecheck, forced a quick decision from Pastuca. It's turned over. Thornton fanned on the dump attempt. Keeley out of the zone for Batita. Spinelli pops it off of Batita's blade and in deep. Inside 8 minutes to go, period number 2, and we get another quick whistle, and it's going to be a hand pass. Or rather, Pastuca for a trip is going to go, excuse me. 7:52 to go, and Biloxi heads to their second power play of the evening. Big chance to get the equalizer here for the Breakers on the walk-ons power play. Puck will be cleared down, but not all the way. Hugo Koch sends it over to the near side. Another turnover. Keeley will tie it up on the wall, try and kill some time. Charbonneau up in the air, settled by Pamelion, who threads it for Jouett and Blacksmith. Breakers trying to get into the offensive zone here. Set something up. It's a pass ahead for Hugo Koch. Koch looking for the backhand of Blacksmith. Broken up. Spits to the point for Pamelion. Pamelion finds Koch. Down low looking for Charbonneau. Picked off by Farmer, who swings down into his own end. High IQ play. Take off a couple more seconds before the clear. Pamelion halts it in the neutral zone. Charbonneau high off the window. Gets it into the offensive end. Blacksmith sweeps it to the middle. Nobody home. And Schnapp will clear. 6:50 to go. Period number 2. Babick way out of his goal. Plays it high off the window around the far side. A.J. Schlepp across for Haran. Haran into the middle. Deflected by Koch. Schlepp spears it into the glove of Babick, and it's held. 6:37 to go in the second period. Another 45 seconds on the Pastuca minor. Breakers haven't taken a penalty of their own here tonight. Looks like they're going to try and use Schlepp as a net front presence. Create some sort of screen with his 6'8" frame on Boris Babick. Back underway. Twin City wins the draw. Zach White holds and escorts the puck out to center again. Matonak, a giveaway. Chris Mott one-on-one with Fisher. Spun him around for a moment. Fisher recovers and gets the puck out of the zone. Garcia holds and clears. Down right by the blocker side of Borodkin. And it's sent back to Fisher. Maybe one last push here on the man advantage. 20 seconds left. Fisher with a burst of speed through the neutral zone. Gives it away to Craig, and it'll be sent down again towards Carter Thornton. Matonak hard around the wall for Carter Thornton. Thornton ahead for A.J. Schlepp. Schlepp reverses a hit on Zach White, and now a turnover. Pastuca fresh out of the box, comes in all alone. Big save with the glove by Anton Borodkin. Stoning Pastuca with a brilliant save to keep it a one-goal game. Oh, that could have been disaster, just that wrong moment in time. With a guy coming fresh out of the box, and Borodkin comes up with one of his biggest saves of the night. Pastuca had all the time in the world to make that play. Farmer goes down here. Up ahead, Hugo Koch, one-on-one with Johansson. Koch slows to the middle. Charbonneau, good back check, and the puck squirts by the far post. Sent up the board. Salak slows it down, can't get it out. Blacksmith holds it onside. They're saying that Biloxi is going to have to tag up. Well, I'm not sure about that one. But they will tag up indeed. Johansson ahead for Salak across the blue line, and offside is called. 5:06 to go. Shots are 34-22 Twin City. They lead it 2-1 over Biloxi. Here on this Saturday night in the FPHL. Pikarczyk line out there for the face-off against the Mott line. And it's a clean win by Chris Mott. Here's Pastuca across the line. Another shot comes in. Borodkin makes the save at exactly the 5-minute mark, and the media timeout will have to wait one more whistle. Spinelli and Crowder exchanging some pleasantries ahead of the ensuing draw. Face off, Crowder's quick shot up and into the netting. 4:57 to go, we head to break. 2-1 Twin City, back in a splash.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
.457 to go here in the second period. Twin City with both goals in the middle frame have made it 2-1. Crowder off the face-off win to the point. Tipped in front on the Bondi shot. It goes up and back into the corner. Rhodey begins the breakout. 2-on-1 for the Breakers. Ahead, it's Matthew Haran. Pass got caught behind him. The odd man rush goes awry. Haran being ridden hard into the wall by Pastuca. Pastuca was the FPHL Defenseman of the Year back in 22-23, won the Cup with the Thunderbirds in 2019. A decorated career here in Winston-Salem in his 11th FPHL season. 14th all-time in league points with 370 coming into the weekend. Spinelli up ahead for Haran, can't bank it past Crowder. It's floated down in the direction of the goal. Dumas battles with Christo. Now out into the corner, Haran ties it up on the wall, finds Spinelli down low, and he'll wrap it up and out of the zone all the way, and this will not be an icing. 3:50 to go here in period number 2, a turnover. Gellerman trying a quick shot, comes in on Babic, and he'll slow it down for a whistle. 3:44 to go. Gellerman, Veyu, and Thornton the line for Biloxi with Pomelian and Fisher the pairing. Offensive zone draw coming back in Boris Babic's end of things. Twin City with both goals here in the middle. They've leapfrogged the Breakers at 2-1 after Bartlett had the lone goal in the first. He has not returned to the ice yet. Certainly hope he's okay. Looks like he is on the bench if I'm not mistaken. 3:17, Jacob Schnapp from Craig and Dumas. Then 9:08, Salak from Keeley and Bondi. Bondi with his first point, not with the Breakers. Backhand opportunity in front. Big save, Anton Borodkin. Gallant sends it over to the near side. Connor Craig catches the saucer pass in front. White's one-timer off the mark. Fisher with a leg-on-leg collision, and here we go. He's going to get locked up with Garcia, and they're going to throw some punches. Garcia throws him down to the ice. Leg-on-leg collision as Kason Gallant, one of the stars for Twin City, on the receiving end of that one. Garcia continuing to bark at Fisher. It was a late cut by Kason Gallant that led to the fight, and now Gallant wants a piece of Fisher. Veilleux getting involved in the middle. And now Thornton pushing Gallant. Thornton pushes him back, and now could we have some more? Zach White's getting involved. Every guy tangled up with somebody. And tensions officially come to a boil here in Winston-Salem. Thornton calling out Gallant. Pomelion and Craig hugging each other over on the far side. Are they going to put Thornton in the box as well? I'm not sure why they'd put him and not the other Thunderbird. So we're going to have to iron all this out for some penalty minutes. Could be a little bit here. But a knee-on-knee collision. Thornton enjoying some banter with the fans. And we will sit tightly here to figure out how all this shakes up. While we have a minute, let's take a quick look at the upcoming remaining schedule for the Breakers. Tomorrow, the matinee, these are all Central times, so rest assured, these are the correct times to show up for the home games. 3:05 against the Thunderbirds tomorrow before 7 o'clock, a pair of games as the Breakers rebrand to the Mississippi Seawolves March 27th and 28th. Louis Dumont, the all-time ECHL points and assists leader, will be on the house to drop the puck on the 27th, take pictures, sign autographs. An awesome opportunity to get involved at Breaker Bay. Should be a fun weekend. We'd love to pack the house for that rivalry series. And then after that, 2 games with the Blue Ridge Bobcats, April 3rd and 4th. The final 2 home games at Breaker Bay before a 3-3 with the Zydeco to close out the 2026 season. There hasn't been any penalty times added up on the scoreboard just yet. But Breakers will likely go shorthanded here. Garcia's the only one that's been assessed for Twin City. Thornton and Fisher in the box. I would imagine Fisher's going to get one, and then Thornton also in there as well. And so they do have a 2-minute penalty coming on Fisher. And looks like nothing else for the moment. So it'll be a Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill. Shots are 37-24 in favor of the Thunderbirds. They have a 2-1 lead, and things starting to get real physical here. Looks like some more assessments could be coming. AJ Schlepp is going to head to the box. I'm not sure if this was something he did or if he will be serving a penalty, but he will join the party. And Schlepp's calling out Garcia now. And they will continue to yell at one another. Garcia and Schlepp shouting. Garcia's telling him to slit down. And the officials now telling Schlepp that he's going to have to take a seat, although he's deaf to the whistle. Now the only penalty on the board is to AJ Schlepp. We're going to keep the Fisher one up there. It's a 5-on-4 after all that. I'm very curious to see how all that went down on the sheet as we're back underway. It's the first Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill. Thunderbirds power play unit, a couple shades over 19% this year. Spinelli will bank it out of the zone. Pikarczyk will be the first there. Thornton given an unsportsmanlike conduct, 10-minute misconduct, so not anything that changes personnel, just 10 minutes. Fisher given a 5-minute fighting major, and Garcia 5 for fighting. They also gave Fisher a 2-minute interference call. That's being served by A.J. Schlepp. So that's how everything ended up working itself out. Gallant down in the corner, sends it to the point for Kramer. Across for Connor Craig. Pikarczyk there on the forecheck. It's sent in where Zach White has it. Back out to the point for Kramer. D to D for Craig. Craig shot through traffic. Located, they score. It's a power play goal for Zach White, picking up the rebound off the save by Borodkin. And Twin City cashes in here to make it 3-1 with 2:03 to go in the second period. Schlepp with some words for Matthew Garcia on his way back over to the bench. Schlepp, the assistant captain for Biloxi. Now him and Schnapp with a few words. Blacksmith and Mott will do it this time. It's a face-off win back to Christo. 3 unanswered goals in the second period for Twin City. Jacob Schnapp rips a pass by Dominic Dumas in deep, and Christo wins the race to warrant an icing. .151 to go here in the second period. Johansson in the corner. Sends it around for James Farmer. Farmer ahead for Mott. Mott to the near side, Dumas. Dumas skates it in around Christo. Throws it short side. Borodkin with a reactionary save. Johansson another look. Borodkin again. Gloves it. Minute 35 to go. Matonak and Schnapp conferencing ahead of the next face-off. Back underway. Here's Mott. Hit by Blacksmith. Blacksmith up ahead to Charbonneau. Charbonneau out of the zone for Hugo Koch. Koch around a couple Thunderbirds. Then Farmer looked to reverse a hit. Koch maintains control. To the near side, Blacksmith. Blacksmith centers one. Steered aside by Babic. Christo stepped up to keep it in. Koch carried it out of the zone. Mott almost picked his pocket. Final minute to go here in period 2. Blacksmith floats it ahead, looking for Gellerman, or rather Haran, and he goes hard into Babic, and Farmer's going to pull him out and give him the business. Schnapp and Blacksmith get tangled up as well, and this is starting to become a bit of a war here. Haran just looking to go hard to the net, but it was a bit of a buddy pass. Babic, unfortunately, was put in harm's way there. 58 seconds to go, and Babic is going to go for a lap and skate it off. Spinelli asking if anybody would like to fight. Still no suitors. It's gotten to that point in the game where a fight feels like it would set the tempo, and Spinelli standing straight up like he's going to get something. (3-1) Thunderbirds here inside the final minute of the second period. Pikarczyk and Keeley will do it. It's a face-off win for Biloxi, carried out by Salak through some contact. Skips ahead to the near side, Keeley, disrupted by Rhodey. Hard into the wall, Spinelli takes it away from Keeley, then lost his twig. Batida up to the point, Pastuca thought about the shot, goes back down low. Inside 40 seconds to go here in the second period. Pastuca shoots it to the tape of Batista in front. Salak all alone, missed with the backhander. The other way, Spinelli up ahead to Haran. Clanged off of his skate in deep. Him and Craig lock up in the end wall. Craig threw him down. A call coming here. And now more pushing and shoving. Rhodey, and Keeley getting involved. And I'm not sure what Connor Craig was thinking there, but he just football tackled him in the corner boards. And it is unfortunate we're going to have to sit through an intermission because this game is getting entertaining physically in a hurry. So Craig will be sent off. Crowd showing their support for the physical play. And the Breakers will open up another walk-ons power play. Offensive zone draw for Biloxi. Blacksmith will take it. Johansson gets it by Schnapp. It's a holding call, assessed to Craig. Here's Koch looking across. Pikarczyk scores! With 6 seconds remaining on the clock, Lucas Pikarczyk, a power play goal. The captain pulls Biloxi to within one. Over on the far side, Hugo Koch is down. And now Biloxi will head down the line, narrowing the gap to within one. Period 3 is going to be a fun one. The Craig penalty proves costly. Great centering pass from Koch on over to Pikarczyk, and he is able to cash it on in. And he'll head over to the scorers table maybe to see if we're going to get some sort of indication here. AJ Schlepp out there for the final face-off to make sure everybody's going to remain polite. And it looks like they've assessed a penalty to Jacob Schnapp. So the Breakers score and draw another call. How about it? So the contact on Koch, Schnapp, the penalty minutes leader this season for the Thunderbirds. He's got 96, make that 98 now. 603 in his career, last 5 seasons with Twin City. So it's another walk-ons power play. Schnapp headed to the box. And he can't believe it. Shots are 40-25 Twin City. 3-2 on the scoreboard. Same place we were at last night. Biloxi with a late goal. Steve Harrison being given an explanation over on the far side. Hold on to your hats. One last draw ahead of the second intermission. It's tied up. Pastuco, one last rip at the goal. Goes hard off the wall. Gallant looking for a quick shot. Soaked by Pomelion, and that will do it. Through 40 minutes. Thunderbirds and the Breakers in the same place as yesterday. 3-2 Twin City. Thunderbirds outshoot the Breakers 40-25 in the frame. And AJ Schlepp is waiting to get a few words in with the Thunderbirds awaiting in the box. We're just going to sit here and make sure this whole thing diffuses. And we're going to head to break as now everybody gets untangled, and Garcia with a warm ovation as he heads off. Second intermission presented by Coastal Prince coming momentarily. We'll be back in a splash right here in Winston-Salem, 3-2.
And now your favorite memory from your time playing college hockey at Rivier?
I think my favorite memory would be sophomore year. Like you said, it was a newer program, so we had no championships won, not many tournaments played at all, and we went up to the Castleton tournament in upstate Vermont my sophomore year, and we won the whole championship Thanksgiving tournament, and that was just the first piece of hardware that our program brought back. I contributed out there, had a couple goals and an assist, and it was just so fun, and it was just a blast, just being with the boys to actually, take that program that started off from absolutely nothing and to taking that hardware home was probably my favorite memory.
And so after this season finally came to an end at Rivier, you decide that you're going to turn into a professional. How would you characterize your style of play coming into your professional journey?
Yeah, so I value I think my best asset as a player is my skating. And I think that the way I play is kind of like a two-way forward with skill. So I like to be F1. I'm a big forecheck guy, and try and get my D-zone principles to be very effective with the skill set and athleticism to score goals. So I think that my goal for this team is to turn over as many pucks as possible and bury my chances in the slot, which I've definitely gotten already. So I'm looking forward to finishing out strong here, and I continue to be, a dog on the forecheck. That's just naturally, what I find myself always being on the ice is the hard F1. So continuing that with my teammates and setting them up, and then, bearing the rebounds or the chances I get in the slot.
Your rookie debut came a few weeks ago on the road in Columbus ahead of the home and home. You take your rookie lap out there, a huge, beautiful arena they got over there at the Columbus Civic Center. Take us through the emotions going through your head going out there for that lap.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect, and in college there's a couple games every now and then where you're going to get a lot of fans, but for the majority of it you're playing in smaller rinks with not many fans. The barn isn't always the best, and I went out there in the rookie lap and I saw like 1,000 people staring at me for warm-ups, banging on the glass, giving me the thumbs down because I was on the away team, and it was just surreal. I really felt like a pro in that moment, and it was very cool, very special moment.
And furthermore, you spoke to how you've kind of felt like an underdog your entire hockey career, always been counted out or the smallest, they're not on the best team. But as you're taking that lap out there, did you have a second to process, like, wow, I found a way to do it and I did it my way?
Yeah, kind of. I honestly wasn't even thinking much about that at that time. I was more just focused on, having a good impression for Coach Penner and making sure that I take advantage of the opportunity because, if I didn't have a good game, I may not be sitting here right now. So I was more focused on that. But after the game and talking to my dad and my mom and even my sister and even all my teammates back home giving me congratulations, I had like a little watch party for me and my other roommate, actually, who turned pro also. And, that was kind of when I really realized, like, this is pretty cool. Like, I achieved something that a lot of players might never achieve, and it's a special moment. So, absolutely.
So we come a couple more games now. I believe you got, 6 under your belt? 8?
Yeah, I think it's six games played,
But you have a goal waved off at home. You thought you got one. They ruled a hand pass, which was a little controversial, but then you finally get your first one, and it definitely wasn't how you might have expected it. It was last weekend in Blue Ridge. You were the last to touch a puck, and then one of their defenders on Blue Ridge put it in his own net. And is that ever how you thought it would happen? Is that?
No, not at all. Nothing to brag about there. But that's just a part of my game. Like earlier, the hard F1 forecheck. A couple of hard steps out of him, made him cough it up right into their net, and lucky to get be the last one to touch the puck. But yeah, I mean, definitely not how you draw that up, but I'm not going to be telling my kids that one day when they ask how it happened. So
put the puck on the bureau and say it was a snipe and it was awesome.
Absolutely.
We'll have it
through the legs, backhand, bar down.
So continuing on here, we're wrapping up our interview, but what do you like about playing here in Biloxi, and what are your relationships like with your teammates and coaches after being here about a month or so now?
Absolutely. I mean, I like I said, I had no idea what to expect when I came here, and driving in, seeing the beach, and meeting the boys, it was just it was pretty cool. I really enjoy the guys that I'm here with. I already found some good friends that I know I'm going to have for a long time. Meeting people like yourself, meeting people like Coach Penner, being able to give me that opportunity is very special, and I really enjoy my time here so far, and it's been great. It's been everything and more than I could have expected, and I'm looking forward to hopefully staying here as long as possible, and helping the Breakers get a lot more wins for the end of this year and in years to come. So.
And just 10 more games left this season for this group. Out of the playoffs, 5 of them are against the Zydeco, are also out of the playoffs. Those games before you got here, pretty chippy. There was a line brawl involved, but just with 10 games left and not any trophy or glory to play for, what is the goal for this group? What is the objective for the rest of the season?
I think the objective is to set the tone and show everyone, even though we're not playing for something, that we are capable of winning games and capable of playing the right way and carry that into next season. And it doesn't matter that we're not playing for playoffs right now, because at the end of the day, every time you step on the ice with the logo in front of you, you got to play with pride for that logo that you're playing for. It doesn't matter what the occasion is. And I think that just making sure that everyone, sets the tone for next year and finishes strong for themselves and for the fans, for the town, and for everyone that represents the Biloxi Breakers logo is the most important. So that's how I'm going to finish up, and I think that's what the message, with the team is going to finish up with. So
I think that's excellent. I think that's everything that we could ask for as an organization for these final 10 games. But Al, I'd like to leave the podium with you for the end of the interview. So first off, a message to your friends and family who may be watching.
Thank you for all the support. Wouldn't be able to do it without you guys, family and friends. My father and my mother, they supported me since I was a young kid. My little sister has supported me since I was a young kid, and they watched me go through every single, tryout, getting cut, all the tears, all the happiness. They've been through every single moment, and it's only just getting started now. And for all my friends, having the competitive nature with them to train in the summers and having the support when you need it most during the season, that's what it's all about. It's making the memories and helping each other grow as athletes and as people, because at the end of the day, life's more than just hockey, but having that support is what allowed me to get to this point, and I hope that I could have been that same support for other people along their journey. So.
And then finally, your message to the fan base here in Biloxi.
I'm new, so I'm still getting to meet all you guys, but it's been a pleasure meeting the people I've already met. I had a blast at my first jersey auction. I couldn't believe that people were bidding on my jersey for that much after playing here for a couple of days. It was just very, very cool feeling. And, looking forward to playing for you guys and, helping the Breakers get more wins.
Well, that's Al Rody here on episode 31. A great interview. Awesome to have you. One of the newer guys on the team. We're still going to have another handful of episodes of Breaker Banner, so please come on and join us at the Hard Rock Cafe. We got a pretty good crowd. This is actually, you might be in the top 5 as far as attendance for an episode here, Al.
Yeah,
so
very.
Just hang your hat on that. Some of the boys, you mentioned your new teammates you've been hitting it off with. Some of the boys are here for you, so it's been an absolute blast. And then we got
for those who don't see, there's about 300 people in the back. Yeah, no, it's been a blast. It's a pleasure to be able to come over here and speak for everyone, and it's just great. It's just everything and more that I could have ever, hoped for. So very excited. And again, just the beginning. So looking to keep growing as a player, as a person, and, helping everyone get wins with this program.
Well, that's Al Rody. My name's Devin Dobek. I'll be back momentarily to wrap up episode 31 of Breaker Banter.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores, that's a good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash and skates a flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees, they travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside, it's a good old hockey game.
Johnson in front to Mack. Borodkin, are you kidding me? In front, Thornton. Score! Carter Thornton. Bayou closing and shoots and scores! Celebrou Bayou. Centering on Royer at goal. Score! Amy Royer. Couple rights from Schlepp. Loses his helmet. Continues to connect with Bryce French. Couple more over the top. Spinelli gets a right off. Scaldi comes back with one. Spinelli another right. Scaldi misses. Oh, Spinelli tagged him in the face. And out to Fisher as one-timer. He scores! Trey Fisher. Stoya through traffic shoots. Deflection. Ross Bartlett scores! And all alone. He shoots the rebound. Big save, Rahul Sharma. Pikarczyk from the circle shoots. He scores! Lucas Pikarczyk. The hash in front. They score! It's Declan Flanagan. And we welcome you back out of our Coastal Prince second intermission report. My name's Devin Dobek, along with you on Breakers TV and 106.3 Super Talk Mississippi. Breakers, Thunderbirds, separated by a goal. Twin City leads at 3-2 after a big second period. Tensions coming to a boil, and it results in Biloxi beginning period 3 on a power play. Ross Bartlett back on the ice for the Breakers. A good sign here early on. Let's take you through our game summary in this second intermission. Bartlett opened the scoring with his lucky 13th of the year at 11:26, the lone goal of the first period. Then it was Schnapp at 3:17 with his 9th of the year, followed by Salak with his 17th at 9:08. And on the power play, the only power play of the game for Twin City, Nate Keeley cashes in. Goals in back-to-back nights for him. 17:57 on that one. But then with the Breakers back on a power play, Lucas Pikarczyk pots his 14th of the year with just 6 seconds to go in the middle chapter. Borodkin 37 saves, Boris Babik with 23 saves of his own. Game stats look like this. 3-2 Thunderbirds lead the Breakers. Shots 40-25 in favor of Twin City. They outshot Biloxi 16-13 in that second period alone. On the power play, Thunderbirds are 1 for 1. The Breakers are 1 for 4, but that fourth is pending right now. Just 6 seconds gone by out of the last period ahead of this one here in period 3. Penalty minutes 17-13 thanks to the Carter Thornton 10-minute game misconduct for barking with a Thunderbird. 20 more miles on the clock, and we're underway in period 3. Pomelian off the face-off win, sends it ahead on with a dump, and the power play will get started now, just a little bit delayed. Schnapp given a holding penalty, or a slashing penalty. Connor Craig got the hold. That led to the Pikarczyk power play goal. Then a dirty hit up high. Ross Bartlett hit in the back of the head. No call. Looked like Bartlett, who just left the game after taking a skate blade to the head, got crunched from behind into the wall. Craig's shot turned aside by Anton Borodkin. That did not look to be a good hit, and Bartlett is laboring over on the bench area. A high hit to the back of the head on the glass. And that was a big momentum swing because it would have been a 5-on-3 for quite the amount of time. I thought for sure we'd have a call coming. Face-off win for Biloxi in their own end. We continue to play 5-on-4. Blacksmith enters across the line, swinging down below Johansson all the way around, centers it far side. Bartlett had a chance on the back door and couldn't get a shot away. Koch drops for Blacksmith. Fanned on the pass the first time, then finally able to get it on over to Pomelian. Hugo Koch once again outside near circle. Down low for Bartlett, all alone, shoots, and a blocker save made by Babik. A lot of time for Bartlett there and a better save made. Koch back for Pikarczyk, far circle, quick shot, save the rebound. Blacksmith can't stuff it home. Couple extra efforts, still can't get the job done. Blacksmith with another 18 and a half minutes to keep his goal streak alive. He's been so hot. Bartlett collects the loose change off the deflection. Across Pikarczyk, one-timer. High off the wall, Blacksmith batted it, then on goal again by Pomelian. Babik holds strong, Pikarczyk far circle, another quick shot, blocked by Johansson, but not out of the zone. Another 10 seconds to go on the Schnapp penalty. Bartlett in front, looking for Blacksmith, comes out to the point for Pomelian. Pomelian fires, and it's held by Babik. With just 2 more ticks on the Schnapp minor waiting to tick off. Good start as far as pressure goes for the Breakers, still searching for that equalizer. In jeopardy of falling 1-4 on the power play tonight. Garcia, Fisher, and Thornton still in the box, serving the rest of their fighting and misconduct penalties respectively. Schnapp fresh out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. Spinelli, first one to the puck. Guides it right out of the zone. Ahead, Charbonneau, stung by Pastuca. Had he gone down, might have been an interference call with how far away from the puck the contact was. But Charbonneau, one of the heaviest guys on the team in a good way. 5'11", 195. And a big hit once again by Pastuca over on the half wall. Al Rodi on the receiving end of that. Connor Craig, the Smith Falls, Ontario native, begins the breakout up ahead to Zach White. Zach White, quite the resume he has. 14 multi-point efforts, make it 15 after last night. Has played for 4 different teams in the ECHL and a couple in the SP. Koch to the near side. Spinelli can't catch the pass. White, an area feed all the way to the far side. Nobody home. 17:10 to go, period number 3. Breakers trail the Thunderbirds 3-2. Similar spot to last night before the Thunderbirds opened up a 6 unanswered goal third period to win 9-2. That's their season high goal total as well. White locked up with Bartlett. Bartlett couldn't tip him over. Christo couldn't cut off the pass. Ahead, Kramer and Pomelian go into the wall. Cowbell's beginning to summon some luck for the Thunderbirds. Big playoff implications on the line here tonight. Thunderbirds need to find a win and some help from the Monroe Moccasins to inch closer in the standings. Athens lost to Columbus 5-1 earlier today. Puck drop was a couple hours before Biloxi. Now Hugo Koch wheeling all the way around on the backhand. Spins one in front and nobody able to locate the puck. Crowder plays it in deep. Thunderbirds, the chant from the 3,000 here at the fairgrounds. Crowder down in the corner. Hit hard by Charbonneau. but bounced right off it, kept the play alive. Back out to the point, Pastuca. For Dumas, back for Pastuca again. Cross ice, Bondi had a chance to step up and play it, instead let Chris Mott do it, and Crowder comes away with it. Crowder for Bondi. Across for Pastuca. Pastuca curls away from Bartlett to the point. Mott, quick shot through traffic, missed everything off the end wall, and then sent out around the wall by Zach Pomelian. Inside 15 and a half minutes to go. Period 3, our half-shell Oyster House third period. Mott's shot turned away up high by Borodkin. Rhodey, 1-on-3 the other way, looking to burn Johansson, backhands, and a miss wide. Good forecheck from Matt Gellerman. Gellerman to the goal, shoots! Save made Babick, and he'll cover with 15:05 to go, period number 3, and Fisher and Garcia will now be released from Solidarity. Garcia gets quite the ovation, salutes the fans on his way to the bench. Little miscommunication between Charlie Penz and Matt Gellerman. Anton Borodkin being worked on by equipment manager Mikey Roy. Looks like he might just need a water. He gets it, and he's good to go. 3-2 Twin City with 15:05 to go, period 3. My name's Devin Dobek, along with you in an entertaining affair out here in the Twin City. Winston-Salem on the campus of Wake Forest. Rhodey, and Keeley will do it. It's sent on goal. Might have been pushed by Rhodey. Easy save made by Babick. Now a quick hold at the blue line from Haran. He sends it down low. Schlepp locks up Connor Craig, looking to track him down. Got to be careful with the stick. Rhodey holds the blue line, then gave it away. Salak spins the ice back in the other direction. Numbers for the Thunderbirds. Keeley off the skate of Spinelli. Nice effort on the back end to break that play up. Spinelli's had a much better game defensively than last night. Rhodey in the corner. Lost control of the puck. Salak takes it away. Schlepp ties him into the wall. Nice hit by Rhodey on Jack Johansson. Now the other way, the captain, John Batista, drops for Connor Craig. Quick shot off Borodkin and into the far corner. Batista sends it down low again. 6 minutes gone by here in the third period. Matonak ahead for Schlepp. Schlepp nudged into the boards by Nate Keeley. The other way, Farmer ahead for Matthew Garcia. Garcia swings, look to put it in front. Borodkin a couple quick saves, and finally it's guided to the point and out. Spinelli looking to carry it with him. Spinelli on over to Gellerman, who had stopped, has to start again. In front, kick save made. Bartlett, shot pass redirected on goal by Gellerman, looking to go short side, and a cover will take us into our first media timeout. Great shift for that line. 3-2, Twin City still in front. We'll step aside and come back in a splash.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
.41 to go. Twin City leads Biloxi 3-2, out shooting the Breakers 44-33, but in the period, Biloxi an 8-4 advantage in the shot department. Blacksmith wins the draw to the point. Fisher's quick shot missed everything on the glove side. Pomelian lets it go by. Bartlett collects. Down low for Blacksmith. In Gretzky's office. Tries to go up high, and a save made by Babick. Blacksmith spins another one in front. Bartlett again on the follow. Hit the post and out. Fisher and Kramer converge for the loose puck. Spit back to Matt Garcia below the Twin City end line. Up ahead, Bartlett forces a turnover, then gave it right back to Farmer. Looking to rush the pass. Farmer across the line. White off of Fisher. Puck deflects over to the far side of the ice. White to the point for Farmer. Farmer for Kramer. Kramer zigs and zags his way to the near point, then goes down low for Gallant. Gallant back to White. White looking for Farmer, knocked away by Blacksmith. Babick way out to play it, and he will shoot it away from Blacksmith towards Case and Gallant. Gallant steps across the blue line. Hard pass for Roman Kramer, hard to handle, goes down into the end wall. Mott winds one back down low for Pomelian. Turnover. Dumas gave it right back to Pomelian. 12:20 to go. Pomelian. Rink wide to Rody Rody. Rody Rody takes a shot from Bondi, who takes the puck away. Then Pastuca turned it over to Pikarczyk. To the point, Matonak rocks and fires, and it goes wide. Hard bounce off the end wall. Charbonneau gave a slash to Crowder, who comes away with the loose change. Ahead to Jacob Schnapp. Schnapp, far circle, down into the corner. Christo takes it away. Rody Rody bangs Schnapp hard into the wall. And breaks it out to Matonak. Up ahead to Charbonneau. One-on-one with Connor Craig. Sweeps down below the end line. Still in control of the puck. Takes a high hit from Pastuca. No call coming again this time. Then Rody Rody works on Pastuca again. Charbonneau trying to get back up to his feet. Connor Craig ahead to Schnapp. Winded back to Craig, and now the breakout begins. Near side, Crowder floats it ahead, looking for Mott, comes in on Borodkin, and we got a whistle and a face-off with 11:16 to go. Carter Thornton set to come out of the box now. Still 3-2 Thunderbirds. A fun one here on the road in Winston-Salem. Had just the one fight, but it wasn't much before Garcia took down Fisher after the knee-on-knee collision with Case and Gallant. Haven't had any marquee enforcers square off here tonight. No Schlepp, no Schnapp, no Spinelli. Craig, hard to the goal, shoots. Big save, Borodkin, and he'll hold for another face-off. 11:10 to go. Off the face-off, Fisher has control of it. Snaps it around to the near side for Matthew Horan. Horan, rink-wide pass to Spinelli. Spinelli walks in, shoots one. Big save, Babick. Rebound free and hit out by the hand of a Thunderbird. Batista looking to carry it along with him. Pops up in the air, settled by Keeley. Still, everybody chopping out there, looking to get the puck down. Veilleux receives the pass from north to south over the blue line. Veilleux drops for Horan. Quick shot. And the one-timer is grabbed by Babick once again. 10:40 to go. Shots 46-37 in favor of Twin City. Biloxi's come to play tonight. Out shooting Twin City 12-6 here in the third. They've matched their first period shot total and just one off their second period total here at the midway point. Matonak has to go recover out at center. Pass across to Pomelian. Shot into the near corner. Picked up by Farmer. Ahead for Kramer out of the zone to Gallant. Case and Gallant across the blue line. Broken up by Matonak. Back with it is White. Finds Gallant. Quick shot. Borodkin makes the save. Can't find it. And finally gets another face-off. 10:15 to go. Still 3-2 Thunderbirds. Everybody up on the Biloxi bench. And into the game. Twin City, everybody up in some capacity. It's a face-off win by Blacksmith. Matonak hard around the wall. Koch bumps it out of the zone, and this will be a perfect clear, no icing. Wow. Touched up just before the end line like a paper football game. Garcia bangs it out of the zone up ahead. Gallant looks to tug it with him, put the stick around his back. Now across. Backdoor was Zach White flashing towards the goal. Now Kramer's quick shot. Pad save Anton Borodkin. And lifted out by Blacksmith. He's got Hugo Koch. Koch in all alone on the breakaway. Big save, Boris Babic. Koch tried to go 5-hole, and Babic responds with a better save. Pomeleon on the wall, across for Spinelli. Spinelli through neutral ice. Takes some contact from Dumas, and it's taken away by Farmer. 9:15 to go here in the third period. Kramer from a low angle, missed everything badly, up high off the far window, all the way back out to neutral ice once more. Shot in by Farmer. Spinelli settles the bouncing puck. Coming at him was Dumas, kicked in to keep the play alive by Pastuca. Mott down low for Dumas, centering pass finds its way to Mott. Kicked back up in the air, and Bartlett settles for Fisher. A lot of white shirts in one spot, but they still can't come away with it. Pastuca, far point, shoots, goes well wide. Funky bounce off the wall, and Charbonneau's got it now. Charbonneau plays it off the boards, but can't get it out. Now it's Dumas across Pastuca off the wall, has it, drops it back, looking for Mott. Almost knocked away. Spinelli would have been off to the races. Fisher blows an edge down behind the goal. Dumas picks it up below the end line. Now walking in, Connor Craig missed the net. Another centering pass. Oh my goodness, how did Dumas not bury it? Then he gets dumped by Pikarczyk. Another quick shot from Pastuca, never made it in. How did Dominic Dumas not find a home for that one? Another quick shot is held by Borodkin. Second media timeout coming. 7:48 to go, period 3. Neither team has found a goal here in this third period. Same way we started it at 3-2 Thunderbirds. Headed to break. Back in a moment.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
.748 to go here on 80s night at the Fairgrounds Arena. Shots are 50-38 in favor of the Thunderbirds. Next draw is controlled by Chris Stowe. Up ahead to Haran. A turnover. Batita had it, then knocked away by Gellerman. Drop pass for Thornton. Thornton shot it out of play. Might have had a little help from a Thunderbird stick. 7:37 to go. Another face-off just outside the Twin City blue line. Seems like things have simmered down as far as physical play. Not much after the intermission commenced. Gellerman and Keeley will do it this time. It's a tie-up controlled by the Thunderbirds. Craig, couple quick dangles, now busted out of the zone in a foot race with Thornton, who picked his pocket on the fly. Keeley back for Johansson. Shot down into the end wall. Borodkin shot it at Matonak. Touched out by Haran. Up ahead to Gellerman, who finishes the job. Johansson. Hard around the wall for Matonak. Matonak drops back. Batita intercepts. Salak makes a move to his backhand. Now to the middle. Quick shot turned aside by Borodkin. 48 saves tonight for Anton Borodkin. 7 minutes to play in regulation. 3-2 Thunderbirds. Craig walks in down the high slot. Shot is blocked. Might have been by his own teammate. Now Thornton pulls it ahead. Working on him is Johansson. Hard into the wall. Thornton looked to lift the stick of Johansson, who has the puck. Johansson finds Salak. Salak from north to south to Batita. Batita hindered with for a moment. And now has it back. Here's Zach White to the middle. Batita right through a couple bodies. Eventually knocked away. Koch guides it out of the zone. Don Heaven Veilleux with it. One-on-one with Farmer. Veilleux couldn't get a shot away. Good stick and gap control from Farmer. Kramer. Cross ice for Gallant. Gallant slows things down, coils around. Spinelli sticking right with him. Locks him up in the wall. 6 minutes to play, period 3. Kramer off the wall, picked up by Pamelian. Pamelian in stride, carries it out through a couple bodies. Now a 3-on-2 for Biloxi. Koch hindered with on the entry. Sent up but not out. Kept alive by Veilleux in the offensive end. Bartlett battles, and it's sent across. Spinelli would have been caught offside. And it'll be sent in deep. Zach White the first there. White coils it back around for Spinelli to collect. Spinelli comes away with it again, wheeling up the near side. To the tape of Bartlett, nudged ahead for Koch, but not for long. Taken back by Kramer, who finds Johansson. Johansson over the line, couple moves, in all alone, big shot, and a better save from Borodkin. Fisher working on Johansson. Veilleux ahead for Hugo Koch. Koch through the logo at center. Around Jacob Schnapp with a little bit of room. To the tape of Bartlett, calling forward is Matonak. It's floated across for Pikarczyk to Fisher. One-timer. Tipped on its way in. Goes out of play. 4:44 to go. It's our final media timeout. 3-2 Twin City. Back in a splash.
At Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport, we make it easy to drive the new Hyundai you want at the price you need. Every new Hyundai comes with Nat's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. That's serious value right here on the coast. Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
.444 to go. Period 3, matchup 2 of 3 on the weekend. Thunderbirds, Breakers. A fun one here in Winston-Salem. Shots are 52-38 in favor of the Thunderbirds. Back underway. And a big collision involving Mott and Matonak on the near side. Back ahead. Here comes Dumas around the goal. Centers one. Taken away by Rhodey. Breakers enter across the line. Drop back for Matonak, who settles the puck. D-to-D for Trey Fisher. Back to Matonak. Up ahead, Charbonneau. Touched in deep. Pikarczyk will go chase. Babbitt comes out to play it. Connor Craig has it now. Craig through a couple Breakers. Outlet to Dumas. And down low, Matonek has it again. Inside 4 to play now. Shots are 13 apiece here in this third and final frame. Pastuca looking to stretch things out for Keeley. Got all the way through. Gellerman tied up. Now a turnover. Salak shoots and he missed the net. On the half wall, Fisher back ahead for Rhodey. 2-on-2 up ice with Haran. Rhodey, far side. Sends it across, nobody home. Taken away by Batida, 3:15 to go. Period number 3. Batida on goal, big save, Borodkin. Flashing the leather that time to come up with a big save. Around the league, Monroe does lead PD, so this is a huge 3 points for the Thunderbirds. They lead 2-1 in the second period. Binghamton still leads Indiana 1-0 in the second. 1-0 Blue Ridge over Baton Rouge in the second. 2-1 Topeka over Port Huron on the road in the second. And Danbury leads Watertown 2-1. 2-1 is a theme, it feels like. 3 games at 2-1. The other 2 at 1-0. Centering pass, Kramer scores. Borodkin thought he was going to go up high, and he went right down through the 5-hole. And Roman Kramer plants the dagger in the hearts of the Breakers with inside 3 minutes to play. It's 4-2. Borodkin thought the shot was going to come in up high, committed up high, and just got beat down low. Thunderbirds with the lone goal here in the third thus far, and it's going to turn out to be a big one. Still 3 minutes. You never know. There could be some magic in store, but the way this game has been, tooth and nail battle, that could be the last punch thrown. Thornton gives it away to Pastuca to the near side. Batida's got it. Up ahead looking for Keeley. Got by everybody, and Spinelli wins the race to summon an icing call. So it comes back to Boris Babik's end of things. Smith will take it up against Nate Keeley. And it's won by the Thunderbirds. Around for Batida, who skips it by Spinelli. Keeley's got it off the linesman, able to complete the clear job. Roman Kramer credited with the goal. The assists go to Zach White and Kason Galan. Everybody on that top line getting a touch on the point sheet. Batida banks it ahead, past Salak to Pamelian. Pamelian slows it down below the end line. Just over 2 minutes left to go in this third and final period. Another turnover. Batida surveys, finds Salak, then he got jammed up by Jewett and Blacksmith. Hard off the wall, Bartlett will go chase. Babik out to play it. Risky play there, that could have been a scary collision. Batida has it out of the zone, will carry it ahead. Schnapp caught offside, and with exactly 100 seconds to go, we'll have another face-off outside the Biloxi blue line. Shots are 56-38 in favor of Twin City. Biloxi closing in on the 40 mark, which has only happened a couple times this year. So they've had the pressure, they've had the chances, but it's just felt like quality has proven to be better than quantity. Mott will dump it in. Fisher there to collect. He slips it back down low for Matonak. Matonak ahead off the boot of Rhodey. Rhodey back down into the corner. Matonak drops for Pikarczyk. 80 seconds remain here in regulation time. Johansson back to track it down. Rhodey coming in hot. At the breaker end, the puck comes all the way down, no icing. 65 seconds to play here in regulation. Trey Fisher wheels his way up the near side. Around 1, around 2, and now in alone. Big shot save made by Babick. The rebound, Charbonneau had a chance to play it. Broken up by Craig. Then Fisher crunches Craig into the wall. 45 seconds left. Kramer down low again for White. Cowbells beginning to sound here in Winston-Salem. Kept in at the line. Pastuca's quick shot goes wide down into the corner. Charbonneau can't carry it out. Final 22 seconds to play. Matonak bangs a man into the corner wall. Pikarczyk from below the end line. They are allowed here in the Twin City. 10 seconds to go. Pikarczyk nudges it ahead. Farmer will skate it out. Final 3 seconds. One last pass to Pastuca. That will do it. The Twin City Thunderbirds sneak by the Biloxi Breakers with a big win at home here tonight. Final score 4-2. They have the lone goal in the third period to solidify the win. Boris Babick, 37 saves tonight. Anton Borodkin had 52 of his own. Good night for both goaltenders, but in the end, the home team in red comes out on top. Appreciate everybody joining our broadcast here tonight. Tomorrow, this 3-3 will close out at 4:05 local time, 3:05 Central Time. Breakers and Thunderbirds final meeting of the season set to get going. We appreciate everybody who's made it a fun one on Breakers TV and 106.3 Super Talk Mississippi here tonight. Can't wait to see how this season series finishes out tomorrow night. But for now, one last time, the final score 4-2. Twin City wins again, keeping their playoff hopes alive. All eyes for them will go to the Monroe Moccasins game where they lead 2-1 in the second over PD. On behalf of our entire production crew here at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, my name's Devin Dobek, the voice of the Breakers, saying so long